To welcome the new, we must release the past and loosen our grip on things happening a certain way. Some of you are grieving and disappointed that things... Hey, no like. Some of you are grieving and disappointed that things didn't happen a certain way. That's Daisy Girl. Tank is over there. And you may feel frustrated and confused and stuck and even angry that you've seemingly taken all the right steps and you've done all the right things and you've been so patient and you have just done everything right, done everything correct, and things still didn't go the way that you expected them to or the way that they looked like they were going to go. And what if you're not meant to do things the way that you thought? You had this expectation either in your own mind or a way that seemed logical, that seemed practical, that seemed like it made the most sense. But what if you're actually meant to take a leap of faith and things aren't gonna work out for you anywhere close to what you expected, but better than you could ever have imagined? And things not working out is just a sign that it's time for you to continue taking the steps forward, to go, to take that aligned action. And by you taking that first step in your faith and your trust in the unfolding, that doors will open, opportunities will come and present themselves for you, that you will be supported by the universe and you will be guided. Especially if you have an undefined spleen in your chart. The undefined spleen beings tend to hold on to things for way longer than are good for them. And if you have an undefined spleen and the gate 49 activated, you definitely have a more propensity to hold on to things than are longer than are good for you, or stay in situations, relationships, jobs, circumstances way longer than are good for you. We can get stuck in this loop, in this pattern of things have to be a certain way. Things are just done a certain way. There's a logical, practical, sensible step and procedure to do this thing that I want to do, to move forward into life, create this thing. I think that way of thinking is the old way of thinking, and you don't have to fit into some kind of mold or box of this is the way other people have done it, this is the way that it's been done, and so therefore I need to do it. Or be worried about what other people think or say. And then you're preventing yourself from living in your authentic truth, from moving forward into what feels good, right, and correct for you. But you're listening to outside influences and voices and looking and comparing yourself to what other people have done, and you're not following your true north. You're not following what's correct for you, or you may be really, really scared, fearful to take that step, to take that leap of faith. But what if it's the very thing on the other side of that leap that you've been wanting and desiring for so long? And you've tried to do it this one way, and you've tried to fit things into the practical, logical, sensible. But what if all of that is meant to be surrendered, let go of, so that you can seize what's on the other side, so that you can seize what's on the other side of that leap. You're not meant to fit into a formula. You could have been so attached to a certain outcome, a certain answer, a certain expectation that it makes you want to just give up and say, why bother? Forget all of this, it's too hard. But when things don't work out the way that we expected it to or planned for it to, it's an opportunity. You just need to choose to see it that way. It's an opportunity for something new, another way, another perspective. Some of us hold ourselves back by this imaginary gate or bar or fence. It's like being stuck in a cell where the door is wide open, but you're still confined to that cell, like a jail cell, and complaining how stuck you are and how unfair everything is and how stagnant everything is, when the door is wide open, but you're too afraid to step forward because the unknown seems way more scary than staying in the familiar and the known of the certainty of inside the cell, because you've gotten comfortable there, you've gotten used to it, you know what to, you've come to know what to expect. And so stepping out of that and stepping into the actual freedom that is yours to embody and claim is way scarier and seems way too hard or out there to do than to stay in this known. But you are not meant to stay in the cell. There is no gate or blockade keeping you bound and keeping you stuck. It's just your perspective. It's a mindset. You are free. You are free. All you have to do is allow yourself to receive. Step into, accept, receive what is yours, what you have been creating, what you have been manifesting, what's yours by birthright. As soon as you take that next step, you're going to see all the pieces start to be laid out before you. The path will become clear. The light will be shown. You will be guided. That change, that movement that you've been seeking, you will get to experience on the other side of that first step of faith and overcoming the fear of the unknown. You don't have to do things a certain way. You get to do things your way, regardless of what other people say, because everybody has an opinion. They don't know. They're trying to figure out their own life, their own steps. No one knows what's best for you, what's right for you. And when you're in a situation or circumstances or a life cycle where you've been there for a while and things have gotten consistent and patterned and uniform and repetitive, it's something happens where you feel like you can't deviate from that path or that plan or the way that you were going. And that's a lie. You can always deviate. You can always pivot and follow the trajectory in which you feel like you're being led to go. But there's questions of, what will people say? What will people think? None of that matters. What does your soul want? What is your soul craving? What does your heart desire? There's too much weight put on the way that you choose to move forward in your life, the things that you choose to do, the things that you want, when you're the only one that knows what's truly going on in here. And you can't continue to do something that doesn't feel right if it no longer feels right and it no longer feels aligned, and there doesn't need to be this big explanation and creative defense of why you feel the way that you feel and why you need to change. And I see so many people who feel the need to explain, to get other people to understand, to accept their change, to accept their decisions, their choices, their evolution, their evolvement. And who are we to judge those people if they feel that they're doing what they are being called to do that's in alignment with the truth of how they're feeling and growing? Then who is anybody else to say, have any opinion or judgment or comment even on the matter? But a lot of people do, and then that prevents people and shuts from moving forward in it, and it shuts people down. And what the world needs is for you to be your authentic, fully embodied, creative, expressive, magnificent, divinely designed self. The world needs you to be you, the you. And the world needs you to remember who you are, to remember, and then to remember yourself. Integrate, fully embody all that magnificence that you are. This month marks a year of the evolution of this channel, or the existence of this channel, and so much has changed. And there's been incredible growth in my life. Obviously, if we're all alive and breathing, we're growing every single day, and it has been such a beautiful journey to continue to show up and to do what I feel guided and led to do and to share. And the reason why I wanted to even be more soft-spoken and ASMR-like on this channel is because the world is so loud, so noisy. We have enough noise in our life, and I wanted to, for my own self, slow down. I'm a time bender type in quantum human design. I'm very busy. I move fast. I'm doing a lot of things all the time, and I have to be intentional and deliberate with slowing down, with calming my mind. I have 6 placements in air in my astrology chart. There's a lot going on up here all the time. I have a lot of energy, and I love to be doing and creating and all of the things. And for my own self and sake, I wanted to create this space of slowing down, of calming down, of really leaning in, breathing, being intentional with the breath of that beautiful ebb and flow of the inhale and the exhale, and create an intentional calm, an intentional mindfulness, not just to be another loud noise contributing to all the rest of the noise or the voices. And I don't feel that there needs to be a certain way that I get to show up to do that. And I love creating the energy sessions where we use crystals and we work through parts of the chart. And I may still continue to do that. I know that we left off with the G center in those sessions of working our way around the gates of the G. And I probably will continue to do that. But I also want to do what feels authentic to me to do. And it goes against like every rule or strategy or whatever it is that the whole YouTube world or anybody that has their own, that's showing up and doing this type of thing, and it flies in the face of that, I feel like. But I'm not going to do something just because I feel like, oh, I've done this thing, I have to keep doing, because I don't have to keep doing anything. I get to, and I've done this because I wanted to, because I felt called to, because for myself and for you, for those that are, this is reaching, for those that are going to come across my path. I understand the importance of consistency so that you can come to know what to expect. I have my Earth in Gate 5, which is the gate of consistency in quantum human design. So I have the whole 515 channel, but that 5 loves patterns, loves routine, loves consistency, and I'm a 4th line. So I completely understand that whole wanting to know what to expect, wanting that consistency and frequency and all of that, wanting that certainty and having that understanding, being informed, knowing what to expect. I totally get that energy. I made a promise to myself that as long as showing up and creating these sessions and these videos felt energizing and aligned and authentic and organic, that I would continue to show up and to do that. And so that has evolved over this past year. And there are a lot of messages that drop in, a lot of downloads and that come through that I feel like led to share with you, that I feel are for the collective, as we are all in this together. We are one. And I trust that it will reach those of you that it needs to reach. And you can resonate with what resonates and leave the rest. As always, don't try to make it fit. And so without going into some crazy long explanation of change, my heart for this space has always been the same since the beginning, even though it has evolved over the last year, is to share what I am seeing. I see a lot, I hear a lot, and I feel that this is the space and the container that I wanted to create to share that with you, to those that resonate, to those that this message finds, that these videos, that these sessions finds. We're not meant to do this life alone. Community is so important, and technology allows us to connect and communicate across the entire globe. It's important to have real, in life, in-person connection and community as well. But this allows us, this affords us to be able to connect with more people that we may not be able to ever get to see or meet in person. I think both are equally as important. And sometimes it takes a while to find that community, to find your soul pod, your angel squad in real life, in person. And so therefore, this online community gets to be that for you. And it also gets to be that if you have that in your life, that's amazing and fantastic. And it also gets to be that in-between support of when you get to meet with those people in real life again. So that you always feel connected and have a connection with someone or something. So you don't feel like you're just spiraling out here in life alone. I do hope that these messages resonate, and I do hope that this is a space that you can, when you click play, that you're able to come into that space of stillness. You're able to turn inward for a moment, to quiet your mind, to calm the body, to relax, to release something, to let something go, let many things go, to realize what it is that you're carrying, that you feel burdened with, that you're holding on to, that you need to release, let go, that is not yours. You're not meant to carry it. You're not meant to hold on to it. You're not meant to have that feeling of extra weight and burden on you. That perhaps maybe you can receive a different perspective shift or a mindset shift and receive the message that Spirit wants to communicate and convey to you. A confirmation and affirmation for your highest good, for your highest timeline, for your highest outcome, so that you can receive that. So relax, release, receive. I say that in almost all of these sessions. That's the intent. For you to feel seen, not feel so alone, to feel connected. For you to be able to take a moment, a blip in time, to relax, release, and receive. If you're still here with me, thank you. Thank you for being in this space. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to wrap this up by reiterating how we started. If you are grieving and disappointed and bitter and angry and frustrated at an outcome not happening the way that you expected it to, or things not moving or happening fast enough, maybe you need to let go of that specific way that you see it playing out and embrace a completely unexpected way. Let this disappointment, let this grief, let this loss, let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. Like the hangman in the tarot, literally get a new perspective. Hang upside down. Let the blood flow in the opposite direction. Sometimes that's all we need, is to have that little click, that little shift, and the willingness to let go of a set expectation, a set fixed way of doing something or something. It has to go this way because what if there's so much better waiting for you, so much more? That's typically how it happens. Something completely, like, I have found myself saying that so many times in life, like, I never could have imagined this, or I couldn't have planned this or picked this out going this way if, you paid me. Like, but it's the perfect way. It's the best way. I'm so glad it happened this way. So don't miss out on what is waiting for you because you think that things need to happen in a fixed, certain, logical, sensible, practical way. That cell door, this prison that we keep ourselves in, there's not actually a lock on the door. The door is wide open and you just need to step through to your new beginning. Step forward into your expansion. It's so much easier to go back into the void or to go back into that, that liminality space, or to fall back and like, well, I've been here so long, I'm comfortable here. I don't know what's out there. Because we say we want that expansion. We want to emerge and expand into that next thing, into that new beginning. But we're actually the ones holding ourselves back. I'm stuck. I can't. And we have all these reasons why that play out. And we have all these stories that play out. And there will be people in your life that reinforce that if that's what you think and believe. You will attract people in your life that match that frequency, that story, that pattern, that narrative. And once you flip that and change that and you cut out all that noise and you say, I know that this is scary AF and I know that it makes no absolute sense, but I have a peace about it. I got still, I got quiet. This is my next step. This is the way forward. I know it makes no sense, but your road is clear. You know what to do. Don't hold yourself back from what it is that your soul and your heart are desiring, because you have 157 reasons why you can't do it and can't have it. Because if that's the story you continue to tell yourself, then that's the reality that you will have. You are more powerful and you have more power and more control than you allow yourself to exhibit. Ask and you shall receive. This is your sign. Be you. Follow the call of your heart and soul, because the world needs you to be that. All of it, fully, completely. And the longer you hold yourself back, the longer you prevent yourself from receiving what it is that you want and desire. And you being bold and brave and courageous to step forward into that leap of faith, you have no idea how many people are waiting to witness that. And then you will be activating something in them and empowering them and inspiring them to do that for themselves in their own life. So drop the hard, fast, and fixed expectations of how you think things should go, and allow yourself to take that leap of faith and see what happens. Because it's all in your perspective and it's all in your mindset. The universe is supporting you. You are divinely guided by forces seen and unseen. Follow your heart, follow your soul. If this resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I will continue to show up to share what I am seeing and to communicate and convey the messages that I feel are for us, for the community, for the collective. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. May you remember that you are loved. You are light. You are love. I know who you are in truth. I know what you are in truth. I know how you serve in truth. You are free. You are free. You are free. I am you. You are me. And we are one.